Pulling up to the Nishat Hotel. Do you think they'll allow me to? Okay. So we're visiting around Christmas, so they have this Christmas theme, and they light this up at night, which is very nice. There's Shazal again. Okay. Say hello. Okay. All right. Do you want to come with me, Shazal? Can you see Mama? Hey, oh, let me get out of the photo. This is the main check-in area here. And then this is where they serve the breakfast in the morning, which is included typically in the rooms. But I just love the decor. There's so much personality to this hotel. You know, it's been several years since I've traveled to Pakistan West. I do not recall seeing hotels anything like this. Nice seating area. वालेकुम सलाम मैं वीडियो बना रहा हूँ दोस्तों को रिकमेंड all right, and then let's go meet the family. Okay. And what is going on here, Sheldon? It's a very photo shoot worthy sort of a lobby.
Look at Mama.
Even when you have Shazal in it. Moving into the room itself, you see the room has this continuous wooden herringbone tile pattern that's orchestrated in kind of seamless fashion. And there's this control panel for the common areas of the room, which includes things like temperature control and lighting, and you can also ring the concierge or the bell person rather. So the common area has this nice sitting area, and the furniture looks as plush as it really is. It's incredibly comfortable. Although the entire apartment does have centralized heating and cooling, because this common area becomes pretty cold, they did give us a separate portable heater. So there's this little dining area here, this kitchenette if you want to get your Gordon Ramsay on with a hood. And for us, we're not really going to get too much utility out of any of this because our days are booked with activities, but there's a freezer, fridge, which I think for the majority of people is going to be really helpful. So when we actually came to check into this room, there were a couple of managers and there were several staff members from housekeeping that were here that were cleaning up and kind of wanted us to inspect the room. Full disclosure, we did find a couple of cleanliness issues that we are having them come back to address. But other than that, this room's been very impressive. So there are three separate bedrooms, as the name would designate for this category, and they all have the same general blueprint. You have this nice little counter area with the study, flat screen television, a large window, and a king size bed. All of the rooms have king size beds. You have a separate seating area in each bedroom, and these kind of cool furnishings, and really a lot of attention to detail. I actually like the layout of this room. It's pretty swanky, almost what you'd expect with the W Hotel. So the rooms also have their own separate locks and keychain in case you find that you can't trust a member of your party. And interestingly, they also have their own little peephole. So one of the big differences with the hotel rooms, one from the other, is in the closet space. So although they all have generous hanging area and these kind of barn door setup, you know, as I mentioned, ample hanging area, ample storage space, in-room safe in each closet, which is cool. Hair dryers, iron is for an iron you actually have to ask them for it, but these vanities have LED hookups, and the showers are all standalone. There's no bathtub, but you have these rainfall shower heads as well as these handhelds. So the bathrooms and the bedrooms do have these international electrical sockets, which is cool in case you want to use your own stuff. And you have these separate controls for the lighting, the temperature. And actually, as you'll notice, I recorded the second part of this video after they'd set up the ironing board. And that's one of the cool parts about traveling with kids. You end up sometimes recording things in phases. So second bedroom, once again, its own separate, kind of completely separate enclosed space. King size bed, nice furniture. For electrical outlets, there's actually quite a few here. And once again, the closet is in the bathroom for this room. And the reason I keep alluding to that, bedroom number 3, the one we haven't shown yet, has the closet in the actual bedroom itself. And, you know, it might not mean much for the majority of people, but for certain parties it will. But the other thing I noticed, the closet space in bedroom number 2 seems even more impressive. You can see there's quite a bit of hanging space here. Otherwise, the rest of the bathroom is very similar. I've already used a shower. There's a rainforest shower head, and there's also this handheld here, this LED lit vanity. Okay, so bedroom number 3. The biggest difference is the closet is in the bedroom itself. And that might not make much of a difference at all to the majority of the patrons that are staying here, but for parents with young children, it may affect which room you end up selecting. The bathroom is just a little bit smaller in bedroom number 3 as well, but it does have a standalone shower. It has its own in-room safe. And its own flat screen television. And the view here, you can't tell so much anymore because it's gotten darker outside. But you do have some trees, what they called, what they kind of designated garden view. Overall, I'd say this is a very nice hotel room, and it's cool to have the capability of staying in a luxury hotel when you visit Lahore. And if I had to give it a rating, I would rate it somewhere around an 8.5 to 9 on a scale of 10. And that's coming from somebody who's stayed at very nice hotels around the world, including Dorchester Collections, Jade Mountain. I've stayed in several hotels that are designated 6-star luxury resorts in Paris. So really there's a lot of context to compare it to, and I would say that this hotel is absolutely impressive and you should consider it in your stay to Lahore. Hey, so I apologize for this bad head, kind of washed out look. I am recovering from a wedding that lasted late into the evening. I'm here with my daughter, Misha. Hey. So, anyways, I wanted to post some updates about our stay here at the Nishat Hotel in Gulberg. I have to say that I'm extremely impressed with the hotel staff here. My Urdu skills are, I'm fluent, but I sound more like a comedy show when I'm speaking Urdu, but the guests, so I typically tend to default to English, but the majority of the staff I'm able to interact with fully in English. And when I do speak Urdu, I don't feel self-conscious about it with the staff members, and I really appreciate that. And everybody's been extremely welcoming. I have to say, in fact, they're quite proactive about greeting us when they see us, and I found it to be an extremely hospitable kind of a hotel. So I'm impressed, I have to say. Few things. So I did discuss briefly how when we initially inspected the room, there were some cleanliness issues. One thing I will say, this is my main criticism of the hotel. In my opinion, this hotel is built beautifully. It's built very solid. There's a lot of natural stone. There's a lot of wood, very solid materials, beautiful bones to the hotel. But the biggest issue with the hotel, and the only reason that I'm going to say that actually my initial estimation of calling it an 8.5 to 9 out of 10 would be more along an 8 to 8.5 on the same scale, would be the fact that they need to do something about their cleaning protocols. And that's coming from somebody who may not be our family's probably a little bit more stringent about cleanliness standards than what an average member of the population would be. If you come to our home, those of us who know us know that you can probably eat off the ground in our kitchen. We're extremely scrupulous about our home being spotless, and that's obviously not reasonable to expect in a hotel in a large cosmopolitan city that's heavily trafficked. But in this situation, I have to say that the hotel, their cleanliness practices doesn't really match up with what I'd expect out of a 5-star hotel. And I don't know if that's the designation this hotel is shooting for, but I feel that it was built to be a 5-star hotel. So, but the cleanliness issues that I raised, they certainly sent somebody to try to work on it. There were one or two kind of technical issues we ran into in the room. There was a little bit of a leak in the fridge, and there was some issues with the hot water heater. Each time that we raised an issue, the management sent an engineer or technician along, typically within an hour, to work on it and fix it, and it was done successfully in both accounts. So there are glitches. It can happen in any resort. I've had instances where I've stayed in
5-star resorts in the United States, and something went wrong from a technical standpoint that the hotel had to repair, and just it happens. The thing that I found impressive was how quickly they worked on getting it rectified. So, all things considered, yes, the resort isn't perfect. No resort is, but it's a very still. I stand by my earlier statement. This is an excellent choice to stay at in Lahore, especially if you're visiting with a large family and you need the extra room space in the common areas. This hotel can be particularly effective at addressing those concerns. So this is me signing off from Nishat Gulberg. I'm giving it an 8 to 8.5 on a scale of 10, and God bless you all.